welcome to our prediction video. We have today with us the GoTWiC Wikipedia, Elfy.
Wow, hello.
We have Anna from
Hey,
Entrio.
hey, hey.
We
Yeah.
have Coffee.
Hello.
And we have Lexa.
Hello, hello.
Lastly, we also have somebody from not Entrio, Levi.
Oh my god. Not
The
an
first
intro.
time ever.
That started the
No,
first
no.
round. This is kind of like, I think it's straightforward. Like, Dep's going to win, MB is going to
100%.
win, and Trio is going to win, FDH going to win, BDR going to win.
Is going to win.
Then we come to Dom versus Core. That's like.
God is going to win.
You
Yeah.
sure? Actually, I think.
No.
This is debatable on this one.
I'm sorry,
in my
I think
opinion.
Dom is going to win.
I think so too. Dom actually has recruited a lot of
Let's
people.
look at the what did they played and what's the roster. It's Dom and W1, so because they have CCKU and all the NW1 people.
Like, in all honesty, I do think that Core has a decent roster with the Wise group with them. It's just the question of who's more organized. I think both alliances could hold buildings against each other as long as, their reinforcements are on time and their swaps are good.
I think
Yeah,
Wise Joker left. I think he's in debt, no?
Depends on
I-
which Wise Joker.
I personally
Twice
think
Legends?
that Dom will still win, but I don't think it's
I
going
think
to be
it's
an
going
easy
to be
match.
a very expensive match for Dom, but I think they will pull it off.
I think Dom will pull it off as well.
So I'm going to go with Dom. Then we have KC versus NFI. This is also like questionable, I think.
Do NFI still have rally leads or they went somewhere?
Oh, they have all their rally leads. They're all none of if any of them did leave, it didn't seem like many. In my opinion, I think KAC will win the first match, but as typical in most seasons, they'll flop on their second match when they reface each other in the in the losing bracket. That's when NFI will win.
Like, I don't think NFI has any strong enough rally leader to not be soloed by KC account.
Yeah, but they have more organization. They should have more organization-wise, so...
Does it matter when KC
Yeah.
is so much stronger?
Also, in typical fashion, KAC doesn't really recruit.
So
They have
yeah.
strong icons, they have strong solo, but I don't think they will win against an FI organization.
So what do you think? They win the first match or they lose?
I would think they win and then they lose the second match in the losing bracket, but it is really hard to say, to be honest.
I think it's a coin flip.
KAC seems always up in the air.
So Anna, what do you think? Win or lose?
50-50. I don't know.
It's a coin flip. Let's
Let's go with an FI.
I personally put an FI, but
I mean, I think it's highly likely, like Levi said, like they will lose the first game and they'll win the second. Because it's not in their benefits.
Matches. But you have to look at previous seasons with KAC. They always seem to always win the first match and then always lose the second match when they reface people. So I still believe this match is the most up in the air, but I think KAC could pull off the win and then they'll throw later on in the season.
Yeah.
But I think NFI should get more credit. I don't know. It's really hard.
I think
It's that they are way more coordinated than KC, but I just think they do really lack the power of keeping to keep going to reinforce a building that is getting soloed.
Depends on what building KC focuses on, because like they always seem when they rematch alliances that they focus the wrong buildings, and that's what actually ends up losing them the match. Because they have the strong accounts, they have the top accounts to keep them in buildings, and NFI just doesn't have top tier accounts that KC has. The KC's problem's just they focus the wrong buildings, and when they do get the building, they'll just hold it for most of the match, and it'll be like stronghold where they're holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So we give it to KC, and then we go to the next match, which is to me very obvious that they are going to win. No question.
100%.
And then we come to round 2. I think this is also very obvious. Like Dep's going to win, then NTO's going to win. You can stop me if you guys disagree.
BDR.
You know, BDR is going to win.
A lot of games are pretty straightforward, judging by the previous performances.
This one I'm not 100% sure, but I think WXC will win.
Yeah.
WXC, like just off of our, like just because we merged off of this season, like we are not 100% the best coordinated yet. Like we still have the top accounts that can.
But let's go back to Ash versus Leg.
I always forget Leg, like they exist, but I forgot what they are.
Isn't that like a Bow Alliance or something?
No.
Like they have a good Bow Alliance, and usually I would think that like would win in the UC bracket due to the fact that Ash usually goes and plays inside BDR. But this
I wasn't
season,
paying attention. Did Barak went
Ash
to...
didn't go to BDR.
Oh, they didn't? Let's take a look.
He's in Ash at the moment.
Yeah. He played Ash the last match.
Yeah, you see he's number 1 in the last match.
This is the last match.
Hey, Ash is Barrick is number 1.
He's not. He's there now.
I don't know. We don't do that. I think Ash will pull it off.
Yeah, I think so too.
It will be interesting to announce that.
Why did Barak didn't went to BDR?
Then we have WTF versus NBL.
Just wait. Just a comeback about the previous match. Ash and Leg fought already in AC, and it's Leg who won.
Oh, they did?
Did they?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, one of the second.
Yeah,
game.
but the question.
Oh wait, but
question with that. But Utin went to DEP though. Like,
yeah.
Some Leg members went to DEP or other alliances.
Oh yeah.
True. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, I think this just shows us that Ash is going to win.
Yeah, I think so.
They were also pretty close in the last fight, so.
And if their top member and Leg left, it's gonna be even a harder match.
True. And then we go to WTF versus MBL. Honestly, I have no clue who's in there.
I think WTF will win.
WTF, hands down.
Slada, Queen of Sin. They should win, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have RRH versus Core.
I will give it to Core right now because they have the well to solo building from RH.
Yeah, I give it to Core because before the before UC, I don't even know who RRH is, so.
Oh, that was
I would give it
a middle tier alliance. They have some organization, but it's not crazy. They have some people joining, like you see, 90 people. But they like the strong account to be very competitive.
Continue.
So you say that between RRH and Core wins?
I think so, yeah.
Because they have the strong account to even solo the building from RH. It will be expensive for both of them, but I think Core will win.
And then we go to NF5 versus Com.
NFI should win this, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if Com like went to any like their big players that like left their alliance, but I just think NFI is better coordinated than Com usually is.
And Com, do they still have all of their strong players, or I think some went to other alliances?
A few left, but they still have a lot of big players that are still with them. So I think they're.
Vous aviez Papa, Nacho, Sirke. Yeah, we'll give it to NFI still.
Mm-hmm.
They also get more members per match.
I think
I
they will
agree
be
with
more
that.
coordinated, so I think we would give the win to NFI.
Yeah.
Then we come to round 3, which is only about the losers fraction. Then we have.
I mean, NB is going to win the game.
Yeah, I
NB
think
has
that's
better
very
coordination
straightforward.
and top players.
I think this one is also very straightforward that FDH will win.
I think both of them,
Mm,
NB and Ash and FDH and WTF, will be hard match for both of
yeah.
them. But
It's going to be an
FDH might win.
interesting match, yeah.
Oh, this is where it gets interesting with Dumb and Core, because they matched earlier in the first round. But now the question is like who's gonna be more motivated and organized? Like how close was the first match down to the third match, and how many speed ups has each alliance used? Because Core versus RRH won't be a hard fight for Core, or it shouldn't be.
Dom is going to win.
Probably,
Yeah, I do think Dumb probably is still more coordinated. I think Core might still top you guys on maxed accounts, but I think you guys, I don't know about that, but I think
No,
that
Dam has a pretty strong accounts. They have
with
God of
NW1, yeah,
Warlock
they have a really good
and
roster this season.
CCKU and Strahinia.
Didn't know Straw went to Dumb this season. Oh, also
Mhm.
Kara Jr. joined Dumb this season. Yeah, okay, it's hands down Dumb. It's not even a question now.
Yeah, it might depend also what times they play, but I still will give it to them.
No, they will
Well,
play at
Core's
13
at
normally.
13.
Then we come to a rematch of KC versus NFI.
This is where NFI lose, right?
No,
No.
because this is where NFI will win, because in previous seasons, this is when KAC will throw the match or just perform not as well. So I think NFI will actually succeed because they'll be more driven to win, and KAC will just be more relaxed because they already got to the top, I don't know, 8 or whatever this is now.
Also, they will be more confident because they already won in the first round, so they will be like overconfident and probably like underestimate NFI.
Exactly. So I think NFI will win.
Okay.
Let's go with what history says.
Then definitely N3O, right?
I wish.
I
mean,
love the vote of confidence.
what's the roster of Dep exactly? Because some people are in core, some people didn't join them because they joined some other alliance. What do they have exactly?
I don't
Is that
think
I mean,
it doesn't seem like DEP's like it didn't seem like they were recruiting as hard as they were in previous seasons.
well,
But
they had less room because they had to recruit some people for IC.
They did recruit Alaton. He wasn't there
it
before.
is still to DEP, but I think that there is a chance an alliance could potentially actually make a hard match against them.
We had a match against them in AC,
I think it was
and
the
it was
first
pretty
one.
close, and we didn't even play seriously this match. So I think we will give it a try, and it might be an interesting match.
Of course we will.
Of course.
Like, I would give it to Dab, but I think N3O is going to go hard regardless.
Yeah, for sure.
Then BDR versus WXC.
Well, I think
I
it's
think it's
obvious.
going
No,
to be
they
the
are.
same case with DAP and then Trio. I will still give the win to BDR, but it's going to be a pretty close match.
It's going to be definitely something to watch, I think.
With this match, I would like being a part of WXC. I would say if we weren't just new off of a merge, and this was like our second or third season, I would say we have a bigger fighting chance. but also BDR's rosters like really good. Like they destroyed or seemed to destroy FDH in their last match, the sixth match before UC. So I think BDR is gonna still beat us, but it will be a fun match to play. It will be expensive.
And they are very organized and very strong to field building. So yeah.
Yeah, true. Then we come to MBE versus FDH. I think this is also going to be one of the more interesting
Yeah.
games to watch, as
I
But I
think
still think FDH
MBE.
will win this.
I think that FDH are much stronger than NBE, but I know that NBE pulls some very nice tricks that could give them a win. It really depends. It's very interesting, TBH.
Not sure they
Like,
have the strength to beat FDH. And we don't have to forget that FDH fought WXC. So they are hyped and they are not sleeping during the AC season. So I think they will win easily.
the issue with like FDH now is just quite like they have the maxed accounts and they have like actual opponents during the AC season to be competitive. So I think they are better off. The issue is that FDH isn't gonna play at their prime time. They're probably gonna meet at, I would think, 22 GMT, which shouldn't be too bad for either alliance. But if it's not 22 GMT, it won't be 19 and it won't be 1 GMT, and it'll become again more of a coin flip. I think FDH should win it, but
Yeah, even if they have Astray as a shot call, they might win.
also FDH loves their
Shot
speed
fired.
rallies instead of like walking it in slowly.
It was a joke. I like Astray.
No, but all things regarding it, I think FDH is stronger, but I think MBE, like Coffee said, like they have some good coordination and nice tricks. Like they changed their entire rally leaders to counter the enemy, so I think they will make this a hard fight for FDH.
Yeah, it really depends on how much NBE would want to proceed on in the.
I will give it to FDH easily.
Now we have an interesting DAM versus NFI.
I kind of think Dom will pull this off, but it's not going to be there. I think it highly will depend on the hour they are going to be facing each other, which I think it's going to be 1 a.m.
With this match, I think it is going to Dumb just by their roster with NW1 and their bigger players. I think Dumb will be able to pull it off. I know NFI is decently coordinated, but I think Dumb has advantage here.
Same.
Both alliances will be bled because of the previous match, so like them because of Core and NFI because of CAC. So
Yeah.
it will be interesting.
Then we come to round 5. It's just which is also a loser bracket match.
We are losers.
No, we're not.
Come on.
And Trio, I think, is, even though FDH has a decent setup and with rally leaders and coordination with their speed rallies, I think N3O is obviously still stronger and even better coordinated with this.
I think so too, that Trio is going
Yeah.
to win. Or just looking at pure experience from last UC, they also won, so I see like that's going to happen again. Then we have an interesting match.
Oh no, we lost with ATD?
Kind of.
No, I am saying, I'm looking at what DQ is showing and I'm like, oh no, we lost with ATD with Dep. We lost the match.
I mean, it's going to be like a testing game for us. I think it's way better to test it out and
I hope, yeah.
try
Yeah,
our chances
we
later.
said that chances are that we will win, but history showed us that win last win last time.
You know
So
what? You know there was one time when we actually beat them right in that spot, right?
We were both
Yes.
at the time.
But that's one out of how many times? Like, I still think it goes to DEP, even if they
We
didn't
actually
really
beat
get.
them
be
twice.
in our
That
favor.
we have beat them twice that season.
Okay, let's
But,
hope
since then,
that we predicted wrong.
Yeah,
And if we did not predict wrong, at least we got a good prediction.
I can
It's a
work with
win-win
that.
situation, or a lose-lose situation, depending on how you see.
yeah, WXC versus Dom. Like
Yeah, and I think in the end that like WXC has the better players. I think Dom maybe for this season might have the better coordination. So it is. This will be a very interesting match. I think WXC should be able to pull ahead on this match, but kind of
I
being in
think
that
if they
alliance,
lose
then
Same.
to
kind
them, they
of
have serious problems. No offense to them.
elaborates why
problems.
they have serious problems.
Well, if they have serious problems, obviously it goes down WXC then.
Well, I think WXC has a bit stronger leads, and Dam is going to be pretty drained of speed ups. And TBH, knowing the NW1 side of that merge, they are not going to go too hard on speed ups.
And this is where WXC will like push all out to try to get to the top 5. Like
Yeah,
we'll or top.
this is
So
a big test for them.
this is the match where like our bigger players or even mid tier spenders will be spending 500 plus days on this match just to keep up. Because this should be a very interesting match, even if it's on our like if it's on WXC's secondary time, 13 GMT.
Yeah, I also think it will be one of the most interesting matches of the season. I will be disappointed if it's not.
I agree with that. I think we will give it to WXC, but I think it's going to be a very fun fight to watch. Dep versus BDR.
I will give it to BDR.
Really?
This is
Unexpected.
Why?
Did they face each other actually?
Don't
They
think
have
so.
not, for some reason, even if they stayed next to each other, they have not played.
They
That's
timed
very
it well,
tasty.
I think.
that is something.
the thing with this match. It's gonna be really interesting because BDR has always had really good coordination. I've thought. DP always seems to be able to pull ahead somehow. So I think this is really a coin toss. It depends how hard BDR wants to. Like, do they want to go down and risk facing N3O and wasting more speed ups? Or do they want to go all out and risk the fact that they get to the finals without any speed ups? Or just like a week's worth of whatever they can gather?
From the history, BDR always fought depth as full as possible during the round 6. Well, both have pride, they both want to win, so...
Like, I don't know which one will win, to be honest.
History tells saying I think BDR also beat ATD. But not, I think just in final, not in the previous match.
Yeah, it was the finals and they dropped down to the losing bracket. And if I like, and they didn't like, I don't know who was there at that time. It might have been N3O. I don't know. It
No,
seems
it
like
was
that.
FDH. It was FDH because
Okay.
N3O got thrown out by the Immortal Port that season.
It seems like yeah, I remember that. But it seemed that season that like I don't know that losing bracket in round 7 match never seemed really heavy. It seemed like kind of FDH might have thrown the match, so it was kind of saving them speed ups to not go in round 6 and not to go in round 7. History would say DEP, but
Yeah, they have less well than
That's
before. BDR was also a bit less well than before, so it will be interesting for sure.
Yeah. I honestly just don't know which one will win.
I'd go with Depp. I don't know. I went with Depp in my prediction.
I went with BDR.
If we're going
I
to
would go with
follow
that as
our...
well.
One of us will be right. Question is who.
oh, if we're gonna,
We will follow our
I went with
Wikipedia.
Depp, so
How many accounts did
The
the
wiki
BDR and
page.
ATD got this season?
So
I don't-
BDR didn't get Barak, they are lacking, they didn't have a lot of accounts, and Deb doesn't have the core accounts, they stayed in core, and they got some from like E2In, and I don't remember the name of the alliance. But because they are full, because of AC, they recruited some people, so they had less room for whales.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. History would say it's going to be Deb. Let's change it.
I think BDR will win that one.
Oh,
If they end up there, BDR will win that one.
And you keep making me
with
change it.
BDR though, if
You don't need to do
both
what.
sides didn't really recruit this season, I don't think BDR would be able to outlast DEP, because DEP will always has the top accounts. If BDR didn't recruit from their main alliances this season, I think that's gonna hinder them more.
Probably, yeah, probably.
You're just messing up with DQ.
Yeah,
I don't
PK
know.
put Dep. No, I put Dep
It's
as
BDR.
a
It's ATD.
winner.
It's BDR. It's ATD. It's BDR.
It's Deb, Anna, not ITD.
I'm sorry, I just can pronounce more easily ATD
DQ,
instead
close
of.
your eyes
Yeah.
and choose one.
It's going to be Deb, okay?
Okay, let's move on.
Then, sorry to say it, Levi, but we're sending you home.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry,
goodbye.
but yeah.
And only because there
Oh,
are way more people
yeah,
entry
you
or
guys
voice,
are.
you know?
I think
Yeah, sorry, Levi.
You think? You can say.
I think N3O will win, but I do think that WXC in the future could have a fighting chance against you guys. Now this season, no, N3O is going to win, and we will sadly lose at 4th place. But I think in the future, if we could end up beating N3O.
You can always join us, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Then we come to probably one of the most exciting matches. It's going to be in this entire UC season. So
this round 7, I think BDR will win, and this is just my thought due to the fact
Because we
that
just beat you,
BDR
right?
will have should
DQ.
no, it's because BDR should have more speed ups and N3O, as you guys have to face FDH WXC. You will be drained on speed ups.
I don't think it's going to be a speed up problem, but I do think it's going to be a fuck up problem. We usually fuck up sometimes.
yeah, I
Too
don't
much
know.
trust, Puffy.
Like I think that Trio can actually win this match. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion.
We
But
can win it, but we need a perfect match to do that.
yeah, we need to play flawless, and then we will win it. Like
It will be close for sure, but I don't know. It will also depend on the
and
mines.
BDR doesn't. BDR could no. Oh yeah. So what you guys said, N3O has to play flawlessly without making any mistakes to win. But that means BDR could make a few mistakes and still win. Like they don't have to play a flawless
Okay.
match. So it it's kind of more pushing towards BDR. I'm not
So
saying
what do we
N3O
get
can't
if we beat
win. I
BDR
just
here? What will you give us if we beat BDR here?
He will join
uh
us. So BDR beats Antonio. And then we have a rematch against Depp and BDR. Benny, don't watch. And that's how it's going to look like, in my opinion.